Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks for stopping by the channel. I hope you're all doing fantastic out there. Today, we're going to dive into this Amazon original film. It's called Blow the Man Down, written and directed by Bridget Savage Cole and Danielle Cruddy. This one stars Sophie Lowe and Morgan Saylor as sisters in a small New England town. They're still reeling from the recent death of their mother, and when one of these sisters has a run-in with a shady individual that turns deadly, they're going to have to band together to try to cover up this crime, but it's not going to be so easy in a seemingly innocent town that has secrets much deeper than the one that they're hiding. So let's dive into this one to find out why you're going to want to add it to your watch list sooner than later. Now, personally, I do love a slow burn mystery. I also love to see movies that are set in small towns with big secrets, and this film delivers a bit of all of that. I think what immediately captivated me about this movie was just the atmosphere that it created. I think the cold New England fishing town where everybody knows each other was a little bit intriguing for me. As the story progresses, it explores the underworkings of this town as well as the two lead characters, giving it a nice balance overall. I think it generates intrigue as to what this town's history is and how it incorporated that dynamic into the issue that these sisters found themselves in. I thought was pretty clever. The mystery presents itself very early on, and it does have a steady pace to it as the layers are uncovered. I thought it was a very unique story. It made it feel like an original film despite seeing many movies in this genre. I think this one was able to feel like its own. It's unpredictable, but at the same time a bit grounded and realistic, which is something that I feel is just the perfect recipe for a moody mystery that can command your attention. These two sisters have grown up in this town, yet as the viewer, you kind of learn about the history along with them. This allows you to kind of connect with the characters by being able to put yourself in their shoes, to imagine what you would do or think if you were them, which I thought increased the appeal of the story immensely. The town in the center of this story is given a personality of its own that's used for both humor and dramatic effect, and I thought the balance was seamless. Nothing ever felt forced. I think this movie has a very subtle sense of humor that I thought was able to fit the dark tone of the subject matter perfectly. I mean, these two girls are quickly thrown in over their head, and I thought the range in their different reactions was able to create solid laughs one minute and grim tension the next, with nothing ever feeling uneven. To me, this movie just captures a strong Fargo vibe to it as it depicts a small town and those that live in it with a very matter-of-fact approach. I mean, every town has its secret, and I thought learning about the ones this one had, while at the same time seeing how these sisters would try to get away with their crime, just created a unique, charming atmosphere. And overall, I think this movie provides much more than expected. I think when you go into it, you're kind of expecting a simple mystery wrapped around this pair of sisters trying to hide a crime, and then the next thing you know, you're learning about the history of this town and the beauty parlor mafia that seemingly has their fingers on the pulse of this community and has so for many years. This one delivers violence, greed, betrayal, murder, and the progression of a power struggle. It also has two sisters that are forced outside of their comfort zone while at the same time testing the strength of their bond as sisters, and I thought all of these elements weaved together like they were meant to be. I thought Sophie Lowe and Morgan Saylor in the leads were great. They both delivered strong, unassuming performances. Both characters are very early on pushed to the limits, and I thought each brought their own range of emotional intensity to their characters. I think the growth of their sibling bond and how the story took time to develop that was nicely done, and then as their crime really pulls them into the secrets of this town, we meet Miss Devlin, played excellently by Margot Martindale. She was just fantastic as this godmother-like figure to the city. This is where the story really dives into the history of this town, and exploring how it connected to these sisters was very entertaining. I do think the story pace could have been a little bit swifter. I also think it could have packed a higher level of intensity, but it's tough because at the same time I think that could have resulted in a bit of a theatrical vibe that could have potentially just hindered the grounded, realistic tone of this story. So I gotta say, in the end, this was a great movie that really comes in a subtle package, and Blow the Man Down from me is gonna get a solid 90%. I enjoyed it. I found it hard to predict, which is a bonus for any mystery. It has a message to it, but it doesn't force it over you, and if you like these types of movies, I highly recommend checking this one out. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop it a thumbs up, leave a comment below. I'd love to talk movies with you guys. Share it with your friends, and without question, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can never miss a video. Here are some links to some recent reviews just in case you missed them. All my social media links and the link to our official website are down in the description below, and I'll catch you next time.